being his sidekick in Scream?
Not at all, because I feel that that's what I am in life, his sidekick.
In life?
Yes. And what I mean by that is...
Growing up, our parents were we were sheltered, and they were very protective and very strict. And in a way that was very good. We never got into the drugs and that whole thing, but at the same time, we never got a chance to see what was really going on in the outside world.
Growing up, I was such a tomboy. I was closest to my brothers, and I was never feminine. So when they go off on tour, I felt very alone. I wasn't close to my sister Latoya or my sister Rebe. She's 16 years older than me. Rebe is.
They were very boring to me. The nails, the this, the hair, the lipstick, I just didn't want to have anything to do with it.
My brothers, they were on tour a lot. I used to watch the Saturday morning cartoons, and that's my first memories of my brothers being famous.
I used to sit in my pajamas and on the floor in my parents' bedroom, and I couldn't wait for it to come on.
So when they were back home, I was with them. They never excluded me, always included me, especially being the baby. Normally, the youngest one gets all the abuse.
Playing the drums when they were rehearsed for a tour, just getting in the way. But they never kicked me out. A lot of baby brothers and sisters always get kicked out of the room and the door slams behind them. They never treated me that way.
Michael and I were the closest in the entire family growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did everything together.
We used to do everything together. If you saw Michael, you knew that I was not a few feet, like, right next to him.
I had the feeling that you really liked the old-time musicals, the Fred Astaire stuff.
Yeah, it's funny because Michael and I would tape every musical, old musical, and we made a collage, all the dance numbers. We put them all on one tape, and we used to just watch them and watch them.
He was Fred Astaire, I was Ginger Rogers, and we'd learn every routine. Our mirror was our... the reflection off the window. We had this huge sliding door off the pool, leading to the pool from the house, and we used to use that as our mirror, and we'd be outside learning routines all day long.
Did you ever go to a show and look up there and say, one day I'm going to be up there and people are going to be clapping and stuff for me?
No, I never did.
For real?
No, honestly, no, I didn't. And how I was really introduced to the, well, obviously my brothers. That was one of the first show that I ever saw.
Right.
But I wanted to be a horse racing jockey.
Actually, before I got into this business, I wanted to be a horse racing jockey. And I started riding first when I was 5 years old. And that was it. I knew what I wanted to do, and no one could change my mind about it.
I don't remember there being any discussion. Looking back on it now, I just can't believe that my parents decided to put me in the show, because I was incredibly shy.
And I was so shy back then. I can't believe now, thinking back then, how he took such a chance on me. I mean, I could have easily gotten stage fright at such a young age.
I was very nervous, and I remember my brother Randy trying to calm me down before I went on stage.
All 9 kids were in the show, and I would perform with my brother Randy doing impersonations of Sonny and Cher, Mae West, and
I've Got You, Babe,
Edith and
like
Archie Bunker, yeah, all that stuff.
He was really taking a seriously big gamble on me, not knowing if I were to, get stage fright or anything like that. It's something I had never done before. And I was nervous the first night. I was nervous, but Randy was massaging my shoulders. He was like 9 or 10 at the time, and he's going, Janet, it'll be all right, and watch, after the first show you'll be okay and you won't be nervous. And he was right. After the first show, I was fine.
I felt always under scrutiny, and it was difficult at times. Having so many brothers and sisters, and we had one another, we really didn't have too many outside friends because we were so busy working. We were our best friends.
It's hard to choose friends. You don't know if they're being your friend because you're Michael Jackson's sister or Marlon Jackson's sister, and they want to get next to them, or they want to be your friend. I learned a lot about people and dealing with different personalities and things like that. It was really hard at first, but I learned a lot. I'm a lot wiser now.
Michael has said he didn't have a childhood.
Yeah, for sure.
Now that's sad. Don't you think?
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
You want to be like a normal kid.
But that, you know, it's kind of like a catch-22. That was normal for me as well. Like I saw it with my brothers, and then I got into it.
I think it's been not a normal childhood. I mean, but you have to understand, I started working when I was 7 years old. So I had a few school friends, just 2 or 3, but that was it. You don't get to do the things that normal kids do. You don't get to join the brownies or to be on the gymnastics team or be on the soccer team. When we were on the road, I never brought a friend with me. My brothers and sisters became my best friends, my very close friends. Growing up, I feel like I was basically born into this. When my brothers became stars, I was just 2 years old when we moved to California when they got the record deal and the music was playing on the radio. I think I've the most normal childhood than my brothers.
Look, your brothers have obviously set some standards that are tough to follow. Has it been real difficult being the baby?
Well, yeah, because everyone expects me to be just as good as my brothers, to be just as talented as they are. And well, I'm me, not them.
Do you feel that there are certain expectations related to being a Jackson?
Oh, of course. I mean, there are pros and cons, really. But, you know, like I said, there are pros and cons. It's difficult at times.
It just makes it's a tough challenge. Also, by having the name Jackson, they expect you to be just as good as your brothers and sisters in whatever you do.
Did you have to break out? Did you have to find your freedom by flying away from your family?
Yes, and it was very difficult. I think the most difficult thing was my father managed me ever since I was 7 years old, ever since I started in this business. And to break away from that was the hardest thing to do.
You say you're you, not them, and what everybody else expects. But when you're working, don't you deep inside compare yourself to them?
No, I don't.
Not at all?
No, I just try to do the best that I can. It's hard sometimes. It's like, hey, this is me, Janet, you know. Oh, you're Michael Jackson's sister. I said, no, Michael Jackson's my brother.
You look like your brother Michael a little bit.
But see, everyone says that.
Look like Michael Jackson.
You're so incredible on stage. Michael has the same quality.
You are Michael Jackson, your youngest sister. But you and Mike look like twins on stage.
We do.
Yes, when
the
you
way
move.
we move.
Yes,
a lot of people say that. The only reason why they're going to compare is because we're brother and sister, and we both dance, and we both. Our music is the same. It's dance music.
Do you feel that you're constantly compared to Michael?
People do compare us. By us being in the same business, they always compare me to my brothers and my sisters, so they expect me to be just as good an entertainer as they are. So wanting to give them what they expect, it makes me work harder at what I do.